let us continue on. Hall of Fame? Yeah, that's the Hall of Fame mod. It replaces the startup screens with a Hall of Fame of maps that the mod maker had collected. First things first, what is complaining? Oh, okay, you're just catching up on... interesting. Might have been iron related. A lack of iron supply was probably upsetting that. Alright, so I've been letting this game run for a little while. Just before, when I got home today, this evening, I started this up and I just let it run. So a lot of that has been doing itself on its own. What the hell happened to... the bot PC just installed Arc Control Center for some reason. That's mildly inconvenient. But anyway, yeah, so this is, all being cleared out. There's apparently some stuff complaining about stuff. We should probably deal with it. We could deal with it this way. It's a way. But there's a lot of stuff in chests. And which is kind of unfortunate because, I suppose I do have some artillery still. Oh, yeah, because I changed the key back, so I can't click and drag anymore. So yeah, we're going to clear it out the lazy way, just in case you're worried or was all out of artillery, or that out of the need for artillery, we can satisfy that need again. Now the real question is, can I keep up, stay ahead of the artillery as the creeping barrage trickles its way along? I mean, I'm not seeing it on screen yet. I mean, you probably want to see it on screen, but also want to lay it all out. There it is. Yeah, we don't need to be doing that. It's beautiful, isn't it? A little slow on the uptake there. Excellent. So that got rid of that problem fairly quick and in a hurry. Oh, it's nuclear. Oh, yeah, nuclear fuel. Very well. Yeah, come on, bots. Come out here. Get the thing done. And thank you, autosave. So yeah, what I want to do here, to reiterate, is I want to put the rocket control units and low density structures here. So this would be the bulk of the rocket production. And then satellites maybe can go here as well. Maybe? We'll see. Satellites can go anywhere. I mean, satellites I think I had at the silos last time. But I think it was a bot sandwich and to produce it, and then it was like belt fed or something. Something along those lines. Oh, I'm probably going to have an overabundance of bots now. Well, anyway, where's my thingy? There it is. So, once again, I need to clear these trains out of the way, and all these loaders and things. I feel like I'm painting myself into a corner right now, which is probably not a good thing, but let's just get maximum coverage just to make sure. I mean, while we're at it, you can maybe use some gardening tools on the trains while we're at it. In theory, I could have used that belt, but we can always just make more. It's not the end of the world. Hope Will doesn't see this. Me firing rockets and trains. I mean, if you hadn't seen already, I do have spicy rockets as well to deal with the trains. It's another way of dealing with it. Rocket diplomacy, yes. Rocket reconstruction. Just avert your gaze from all the flashing, though. I just got to try and avoid collateral damage. That's the only reason why I've sort of been avoiding it up until now. Alright. Just through the green circuits now, moving on to the red circuits. Start cleaning up the red circuits. I think 3 nukes per unloader is more than enough. I could probably get away with 2. Okay, like 1 right there and 1 right there, ideally. I need to eat a few fish while I go. There we go. Gets rid of the trains, gets rid of the roboports, gets rid of the substations and the bots. The flashes are nearly lighting up your room from your phone. And we're about halfway across now. So what we could do, maybe go across like this. There. 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 And we can come back along the top and clear out the other half. It's an AK. How you doing? We're just doing a little bit of redecorating. So just demolishing the train unloaders right now. Just deconstructing the train unloaders with spicy rockets. And Abaddon, how you doing? It's a little bit overkill because the previous one blew it all up. I mean, it could have hit in between them, but really wanted to make sure that I did maximum possible. Oops, we want to not do that. Ah, all the items are still on ground. Name in game. Fortunately, the bots are decidedly being annoying by trying to rebuild everything. And also, unfortunately, is all the crap on the belt is just going to sit on the ground. I hadn't really considered that. I mean, I should know, because when I did it with the artillery before, that was a thing that happened. I was like, hey, Asians, how you doing? You can just feel the game slowing down. 36, 34, 33 UPS. It's just grinding to a halt as we select more and more stuff to deconstruct. Right, now you can do that. Also, Asians is here. Should go give him a follow. He's a fellow member of Red Circuit. Oh, haven't actually dealt with that one yet. Oh, that bot just survived. Saturn continuing. Yeah, unfortunately, I did want to continue with it, but unfortunately now that Space Age is so close, there's no chance of that happening now. The problem is I need... that playthrough had a... the train thing, unfortunately, wasn't going to work. As I'd done it. But yeah, I did want to come back to it, but at the same time, now that, as I say, Space Age is coming, it's sort of past that point, unfortunately. Now, do you have construction? Yes. Probably don't have storage, though. If I was to hazard to get... yeah, you don't have storage. Something that I do want to do is make more constrained videos. Trouble is, it's time. Can go back to 2.0 if I want. Well, I mean, I could go back to K2 when 2.0 comes out. Can't go back to 2.0 right now. That is true, I can just go back and download the standalone of 1.1, and I will actually do that, because I've actually done that with most of the releases anyway. Like, I have downloaded basically every major version since version 11, so I can still load in all of my saves. And if you want to see eye pain and suffering, you can load up version 12. Oh, you just downloaded all of them. I think I did actually download version 6 as well. Alright, so we've got a few more. I mean, we've got the flat engines, but the rest of it needs to be relocated, shall we say. Marked for deconstruction. Speaking of marking for deconstruction, mark the train for deconstruction. This is not working as well as I'd hoped, but does work. I don't know why I'm using the precision gardening tools instead of the catch-all gardening tools, but that's the way it goes. I'm going to cut that and maybe bring it down here or something. Then we can just watch it, the train just get slowly Pac-Manned by artillery. Ads? Is there any ads? AMD pushing the AI stuff. Apparently the, oh wait, 9 seconds. Go, just finish it off. Apparently the new Ryzens haven't been selling very well. It's like one of the worst performing in a very long performing product that they have had in a very long time. Which is quite interesting. I mean, it's not surprising at the same time. Like, the reality is that there's not I keep saying this, there's not really any gains to be had anymore. I think all the little gains that they had from X3D and going chiplet have been consumed, and now they're back at square one with no gains to be had from shrinking the die and decreasing the nanometers, because they're sort of out of nanometers to remove. It's something like 18 or 20 nanometer, where the die measurement is, because they're doing what was it called, trench FETs. Because of that, the geometry was equivalent to the stated geometry, like the 14 nanometer, the 10 nanometer. Like, it's not actually 10 nanometer. It just works out to be that way geometrically. Once you deal with it in the I want to say third plane, but I don't think that's the right term. Let's see what happens though once they do more. I believe they're working towards chip stacking, so let's see what happens there. Am I pushing this video series to YouTube soon, TM? Yes, TM. If I was more awake yesterday, I would have actually done it yesterday, but I didn't. Yeah, electrons can jump if the nanometers get too small, which is actually a constant battle believe they, even going back 10, 15 years, are dealing with quantum tunneling, but that's, there are ways of, there are ways geometrically, the way the actual transistor gates are designed, they can work around it. Because I think it was the Pentium 4s suffered from, or some of the Pentium 4s, if you push them too hard, they ran into quantum tunneling problems. I can't think of the exact... It's not directly the geometry, it's an operator. Howdy to you too. Continuing the thought, just for a moment. It's not the right term, I just can't think of it at the minute. The, because I used to know more about chip making, but I don't so much anymore because I'm not really... It was only ever a passing interest, and I did used to know people who were more into it than I was. But yeah, there were processes you could do and within the layout where you could deal with tunneling effects around gates. Yeah, thank you very much for that 12-month sub there, operator. How you doing? How you been? Been extra cold, I assume? I don't like being cold again. It was nice at the LAN. It was 30 degrees I mean, it was slightly warm, but and good God, did they run the air conditioner hard? Like, I was freezing most days inside buildings because Europeans aren't so used to the heat. But yeah, it was nice. And now we just got the sad cold and rain. High K dielectric. Sounds familiar. AK getting that 17.5 for whatever reason. Even though I think it's Darthy doesn't get it. For some reason. Even though you're both members of the same cheating mod category. It's just for some reason it gets paid out to you and not Darthy. I have no idea why. Alright, I think we've cleared out pretty much all we need to here. Veldek, I don't think Veldek gets it either. For some reason. I mean, I'm pretty sure it applies the subscriber bonus first, and it overwrites the other one. I think that's what I figured out it was. I mean, it's kind of obvious. I think I kept bringing it up, but I figured it out pretty quickly. I did actually figure it out pretty quickly. Hey, Dark Helmet. Bunch of finger pointing about Zen 5. I suppose Zen 5 was done by the team that did Zen 2. Ah. That team didn't like the changes the other team did for the Zen 3 and 4, so they went back to Zen 2 codebase for things like microcode. That's why. Lots of other gossip. Interesting. Didn't know that. Sorted out the rail blueprints yet? Not yet. I've had some more thinking about the ME though. Mainly because I've had a hell of a lot more success with the ME than I have rail blueprints. The new rails, I've been running into all kinds of problems where... let me come back here, let this crap get dumped, and give you an example. So imagine you have a straight. So the problem I'm running into is if I flip it 180 degrees, it doesn't lock in the center. And I do that, and then it doesn't do its thing. And so you have this grid here, and then I align it to the grids. Hi, Spellmaster. You know, I readjust the global grid to fix it, and then I come to the T intersection, and it won't snap to the straight intersection. For some, like it's on a different grid for some reason, and I don't quite understand how. I have some ideas for the new angles, but I haven't fully implemented them yet. So, yeah, that's going to be a whole thing. I actually have a few ideas for new rail blueprints, just to give you a bit of a preview. So, hold on to your butts. This is going to be radical. Just hear me out. Hear me out. So you know how this is 28 tiles. One option, there's 30 tiles. It makes the alignment much easier. Problem with 30 tiles, or 32 tiles, going from 28 to 32 tiles, is the spacing between the signals is no longer 4 wagon lengths. I can neither confirm or deny the status of the access. There is so part of the deal is that there is an embargo talking about everything that we saw during the LAN up until the release date, or not quite up until the release date. There's actually a it's always a trick answer. It's a way of saying something without saying something. So yeah, one option is to make it a little bit longer. The next one that I'm working on is something even more radical, and that is, if I was to grab you, pop that there, remove that, grab you two, delete. I mean, this is another radical design. There. And then there. So we now have 2 tile rails. So the classic rails is 4 tiles because you can sit a roboport in between. The new design calls for 2 wide rails, potentially. You're heading over here in November? Oh, look out. I'm pretty sure Nilas was answering questions about 2.0 a few decades ago on stream. He's bound by the same thing, so there's a limited extent that he can answer questions. Exterminator's been doing it as well. So some things can be revealed, but not all of them. Never had to put a roboport in? Do I have an example? Yes, I do. Yeah, Exterm's video ranking the best planets in space age. So yeah, so what I'm thinking for classes of... So the standard rails will probably become 2 wide, is sort of what I'm leaning on at the minute. And yeah, and I move the signals into the middle. He did have a command in chat that said he would answer the question if he was allowed to. Yeah, that makes sense. As I say, he's still bound by it. By the restrictions. See, the thing is, Exterminator has more things to worry about now because he can be squashed by a train, but he can also be squashed by a pentapod, because remember, stompers exist now. And their intention, their mission in life is to stomp on the player character. So now he has to worry about that. And in answer to the question that you may be wondering, yes, he was run over by a train during the LAN, And he was also stomped by a pentapod. And it was, in both cases, it was hilarious. Now, coming back to the topic at hand is this here. I'm thinking I will keep similar gauge, wide gauge. And then we'll take this and it will probably do something like get rid of that, and that. We'll see how we go. But this is what I'm thinking, is that the parallel tracks will then be narrow gauge. Will be the 2 wide. And a similar thing with the four wide tracks is that I will probably, so your 4-lane segments here, they will probably do this. Like that. That's sort of what I'm thinking. Everything's working as intended? Yes, it is. All that this really depends on is whether or not I can put the elevator rail ramps parallel to each other in this spacing, which I haven't tried, which I never got around to trying. It will affect this one as well. Now, when it comes to elevator rails, so you have your standard 2-lane rails. This is going to be, this part I have thought out. And so this is going to be all flat. So you're going to have flat intersections. It's all going to be just like 1.1. And the reason is the elevator rails are not actually available in base 2.0. You need space age. So at the same time, these need to be compatible with standard 2.0, the non-space age 2.0. And then what I'll do is I will make a second book, which is an elevated version of most of these. I'm probably not going to include all of the junctions. So there will be 2-lane segments. It's going to be the same. All the same junctions, probably at the narrower gauge. Then there'll be a variation of it with which is made up entirely of elevated rails. Possibly including both. I'm not sure how to do it. Having flat rails isn't a bad thing? Yeah, that is right. So the reason I came to that conclusion was, if you come out here, say, this area out here where all the outposts are doesn't need elevated rails. The volume of traffic going through doesn't justify it. Coming up to this common, what I call the mainline segments, like this intersection here, does benefit greatly from elevated rails. So this wide mainline 4-line section is very much makes a good case for elevated rails to be incorporated into the blueprint. I mean, I'll potentially do I'll update a new non-elevated version just for people who don't have space, who for whatever reason doesn't have space age, and then I'll do a space age compatible one. Early game and late game. Yeah, because you don't get elevated rails straight off the bat. In fact, if I bring up this thing, here's my handy dandy FFF reference book. Control improvements. This is one of the very, very earliest ones. Trains on another level. This one was amazing, wasn't it? This unloader / loader is very interesting as well. You have them coming in on one side and going out on the other. The throughput, the one thing I will say is the throughput of this is astronomical. It is astronomical. Do we say mechanics, elevated rail? Trying to point to the specific thingy. Rails, shapes rails, English from ground rails. This hitbox is also really annoying. See how it's square when it's horizontal and vertical, and then it changes when it's rotated? It's actually annoying. No, but I did get a copy of V's blueprint book, which has them in it. Tunnels. The thing I'm looking for is the ingredients. A solid concrete base for this thing. And I suppose that's probably the closest lookup. Take note of the fact the tile that you see there. You 1 month left? It is indeed. Probably is here. Ah. Yeah. Only available with the expansion executable. The technology can be researched with using production science packs without the need to go to space or any planets. So you need purple packs to unlock elevator rails. So they're actually fairly deep into the game. Like, you need to have done advanced, well, yeah, it's kind of self-evident, but you need to have done advanced oil, which means your oil outposts and all that, and a fair amount of, like, your initial copper and iron outposting, or your initial outposting in general, has already been done by the time you unlock it, unless you speedrun it. Blender stuff. Simply very large objects. Yeah, the thing that I wanted, that was the other thing I wanted to point out was the research is actually, yeah, it's quite deep. But yeah, pay attention to this image here because it gives you a bit of a clue as to the materials. I mean, I think the FFF sort of discussion sort of talked about it already. Like, you've seen this tile before. This will tell you what is part of the crafting materials you need. So it looks awful similar to maybe one of these tiles. Do you know if Kiwi Hawk, current curator of C Block, was at the LAN? I don't actually know. In all honesty, I genuinely don't know. What was the thing? Question is, will someone port the rails to vanilla, or is the way they are done impossible to backmod? Huh? There were words there and I couldn't make sense of any of them. Oh yeah, it's not Friday, so there's no point having that open. Yeah, think about the materials you see and how much effort you need to put into to make them happen. Interested to see how and what he will make a C block. Maybe it'll be space block. It'll probably be C block again, but with extra steps. And actually see one issue immediately. These don't line up. Whereas previously the outers lined up with the innie. The innies lined it up with lined it. Yeah, I think it's locked down. The actual code is locked down to the expansion executable. Yeah. The executables will be different. Because they do allude to it by saying the executables. Now, we need to do the rest of the gardening. Since I have them, might as well use them. There won't be no pathing for long. So yeah, that's where the rails are at. Oh, there's one more. I didn't think that one fired. I didn't hear the shot fire. Alright, so we'll have to use precision decon planner for the rest. Hello, autosave. So yeah, main thing is, or the key takeaways are, I want to try and, because of the separation, I want to keep the separation, like I want to accommodate both. I want dedicated, which means in turn it satisfies the goal of having flat rails for early and low traffic quantity areas. Then have dedicated elevator rails, and then the full-blown what the hell am I looking for? That thing, the full-blown balls to the walls junctions using the ML section, mainline sections. These ones, these fully, spaced out only, and then I don't know about the 4-lane yet. They may be maybe a mixture of flat and elevated. Because again, 4-lane can be pretty low. Like you'd have the 4-lane to put trains onto alternating distribute trains onto alternating tracks, but not need the throughput of an elevated junction. That's something that really needs to be tested out, though. The logic on that could be flawed, and in all likelihood probably is flawed. The thing is, though, that I do need the 4-lane sections to be flat only. I need a version of the 4 lanes to be flat only to again accommodate for the non-DLC people. Decon destroyed building. Hey, just build something over the top of it. Alright, back to the game blueprints. That's cyan. Oh no. Well, it's a bit of everything. Oh yeah, there's the satellite production. That's convenient. There's this rocket silo. What are you? Oh, that's the labs. It's the actual science production. Production, purple. That's control units. Did I not have... No, I just had you in there. There's... Oh... Oh, this uses the chest to chest, belt to chest thing. Oh, I don't even think that's actually necessary anymore. I don't think. I don't actually remember now. It's just funny seeing it though. Oh yeah, you need to split in half. Hard to get the 4-rail loaded correctly such that they actually give you more throughput. Yeah, they're a bit of a weird one. That's actually how the ML segments, the mainline segments came about, because you get so much more throughput by dividing them out into the different paths. Like even the basic junction, if I even have one. Do I have one? Sort of. Like, this junction's bad for throughput because a train, like, coming across here blocks up a train coming, directly through. Not that, although it's a bad example because that's actually, a train can't go down there if a train's going through there. But this here is a major improvement, having the trains peel off to go down. Well, I suppose, unless that's actually the example, is that these trains can continue going on, and then one can pull, or two can pull in here, and then wait for their turn to cross without blocking the rest of the line. And then this is the improvement again by adding parallel lanes for the trains to line up in pairs and then cross in pairs. You could take it a step further and have like cross in fours, or, well, you wouldn't do more than fours, it's a bit silly. But like I would do elevated instead of that. This is just a compromise to make use of the lack of the elevated rails. Robo! 3 more till a year. 9 months. Thank you very much for that. 9 months. How you doing? How you been? Keeping well, I hope? So... what do we got? We got 24, which is 8. And a Lucifer appears. It's party time. Man, the Factorio hype is real, isn't it? It's just so many people have been coming back to the game lately. And, you know, people that I haven't seen in a while, in general, I've started seeing again around the place. Only so for this emote. It's a top-notch emote, isn't it? Right, so that's our new and improved thingies. Even played a bit yourself, and then stopped because you messed your base up. But there's only one answer to that, you know. Now you gotta fix it. I don't remember how long this is meant to be. Might actually need to do a cheeky save. You haven't done a playthrough of Factorio for a year now. Just like with Satisfactory, I don't want to deal with the pre-burnout. I need to have a look at Satisfactory again now that it's at 1.0. They added conveyor belts to the biomass burners finally, because the first 4 hours of that stupid game, you got to manually feed the stupid biomass into the stupid biomass burners. It's really annoying. Gotta be said. So that is 17 long, and then 8 wide. So it needs to be half as long, I guess. 5,786. I suppose I do have the, is it U? Nope, not U. U. Yeah, that's the amount we're targeting, 4/8. No belt elevator. Oh yeah, that's true. I remember that. And you'd have to do the zigzag to go up. God, stacking belts in that game is such a pain in the ass. Actually, just doing everything in that game is a pain in the ass. That's the reason why I don't play it. Like putting down the belt guides and stacking the belts inside them, it's just so tedious. What are we looking for? We are looking for control units. There they are. 6348 across 412 machines. I think we're actually full beacon. 6348. Yeah, it's gone up a little bit. It is. It really is. Well, there was just so many things in general in Satisfactory that were just such a ball ache. Like having to manually feed the biomass for so much of early game. Having to... oh, I don't want to do that. Having to faff about with the belts to place them. It's actually kind of annoying also setting up the... setting up the production lines because of the alternate recipes. There's not really much incentive to go deep into an actual designing a final factory, because why go deep if you're going to find an alternate recipe which you can potentially manufacture the same things much cheaper? So you're better off doing a crude thing, getting enough supplies to then find the different recipe unlocks throughout the world. Satisfactory change for you once you accepted that it's different from Factorio. The sense you work on one save forever and take your time. It's not a race and doesn't have a lot of replayability. Yeah, that's the thing is that I do understand that, is that it's one world and you're meant to really go deep into it. You're not really meant... And there's also a lot more adventuring. It's more of an adventure game than Factorio. Whereas Factorio, the world is a means to an end. Whereas you really need to explore the world in Satisfactory. So what do we need? We need a 283. 283 on 12 apparently. I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna do a little quick... I should have done this before and I didn't think of it. I'm gonna pop this into the blueprints. I'm gonna... Wee. You. It's awesome to have a universe where both Factorio and Satisfactory can exist and both offer different stuff while also being similar. Yeah, same genre, very different results. Alrighty, I need a big open space. Yeah, here will do. Alright, we need some power. Bob. 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 Pokey Day, you... Oh, that's the output. I knew I'd connected something wrong and I just couldn't spot what it was. So... yeah, your blue circuits. And then either one of these is greens and reds. Damn trees. I feel like that's very much worked against me. No, it hasn't. So what I can do is grab that and not grab the power poles. Except that now I need a trees, rocks only decon planer like that. Oh, fine. I guess that did actually work against me. You interested in Satisfactory 1.0? Kind of, I think, is the best way I would put it. Because I tried to like Satisfactory when it first came out, but it was just so painful to play. Balls. I think you can see what the problem is. But I think, as I say, there's the belt snapping tools now. Is that right? There's all kinds of things just to make life that little bit easier. So there is much more potential now. That's what, 2k of control units. Still lacking the huge endgame that Factorio has. Yeah, I don't know what the endgame of Satisfactory is currently. What it's changed to. Okay, that's not moving. Other than the infinite whatchamacallit. You know, the thing that you sink resources into and that gives you diminishing returns as you go. Dang it. Stupid trees. Why didn't I clear the trees before doing this? I've been smart. The question is, will it lie to me? Main things Factorio Endgame has over Satisfactory, it isn't painful to scale things up. Yeah, replacing things in Satisfactory is so tedious. You can't just deconstruct everything and, you know, pick it up and put it over somewhere else using bots like you can in Factorio. So the question is 9, 10, 11. Why? Oh, yeah, because I did it that way. Should be 11. Is it 11 or 12? You can't artillery mantle? No. Subscribe to avoid Disney commercials for Agatha? I mean, that's a fair choice. What do we need? 6,300. Okay, yep, it is going to be 12. The reason I'm doing this is that well, not every time, but sometimes I found the numbers to be slightly off on Factorio Lab compared to actually building it. It's happened a few times. There it is. I was wondering why I wouldn't connect. Alright, so what did I say it was? 6,300. Yep, it's hitting about 6,000. 500, 400. Just need the 1 minute average to average out. At least you get Disney stuff, you get government stuff. Yeah, I actually get a lot of government stuff. The advertising, what do they call it? The advertising inventory is very shallow. Yep, that's about right. So it was actually, the thing was right. The calculation was right. It was actually 12. Fair enough. Point proven. Remember the days when you used to just do it in spreadsheets? Was that 2, 4? We 8, 8, 12. Marketing to fund price on their stuff better or something. So realistically, I'm gonna be Mr. Boring here, Mr. Boring Koala here. Realistically, their marketing budget would not make a dent in the cost of food. And I suspect also that the US hasn't really been paying the true price of food in a very long time, and are now starting to correct for it. At least that's what my outside-in interpretation sees. Like they've been selling them and trying to catch up elsewhere, but now they can't, and you're actually paying the true cost. Because food seems shockingly cheap in the US. To the point where it's like, how can that be possible? The modern ones seem to be, since the new CEO started using celebrity adverts, the ones we have up there's. It's interesting, we don't get celebrity stuff advertising here. Ours is just plain boring advertising. Yeah, you do produce a lot, but I suspect it it's not accounting for the logistics cost. Oh yeah, the supermarket. It's kind of weird because everyone knows it's been going on for a very long time, but no one really wants to deal with it. Yeah, duopolies are bad. Everyone keeps going back to them. Even the thing is, even on top of that, is that there are other alternatives. Aldi and a few others do exist. They actually have Costco here. I think that I don't. Well, the whole membership thing is, I suspect, hurts Costco. People going to Costco more so than anything else. Can't buy anything without the membership. Okie day. Do I like this position? I don't really know is the answer. Realistically, I'm probably just going to roll with it. So, let's find this one. What are you? Low density, you should be under... Oh, it'll come under its own thing because of the complex requirements. 13,500? Oh, yes. Because it's split into two. That's right. Yeah, I split one into rockets, one into science. And I believe this is already as long as it can be. 3, 4. Eight, 10, 12, 16 by 12. What do we need? 12. 404. How about that? So 404 on 16 is 22.5. How many do I have again? 12. So 2 of these bricks should do it. That's what you're telling me. Can I even supply one of these though? I think it's one belt output for all the way through. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There. Yep, there it is. Switcheroo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these two should stop there. No, they don't. I don't like the look of that. Might tweak that slightly. Thank you, caps lock. We've got steel. Wait a minute. What happened? So one of these is like plastic. So it's like copper, copper, plastic, plastic, steel. What's the exact numbers? Steel probably goes all the way. Copper won't. I suspect they are in pairs. No, they're not. It won't be if I'm only drawing 3 inserters. It's one of those times I need to reference the old one again. Assuming it's still in this save. Should be in this one. There it is. So it is, yeah, 2 copper, steel and plastic, okay. Okay, it splits into halves, which is something it really shouldn't do. That was probably the one mistake that this makes, is that I'm overdrawing. I mean, this was a hideously complicated unloader to build back when I did it the first time. Oh, it was painful making that work. So what do we got? So that's plastic. Plastic, plastic. 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 Three? Yeah, there's 3. Okay, so steel... plastic and steel both go all the way. Yeah, plastic and steel actually both go all the way. But, how many long is it? 12. Solar panel's always been 60 kilowatts. The, these, yeah. They've always been pretty miserable. I mean, these have been buffed. They're 30. They used to be 5 or 10. They were actually awful. 60? Actually, you might be onto something there. Good question. The problem is that my numbers are tainted by quality solar panels and so on and so forth, which generate more. Let's just double check. Yeah, 60. As I say, I've got green doots and blue doots on my mind, so I can't picture it. I also don't normally use solar anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that terminates at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Terminates again, and 4. Okay, I'm happy now. I'm satisfied that it behaves the way it should. Oh, speaking of, we do need to finish the story missions one day too. That might not happen before 2.0 Space Age DLC. Yeah, that's where the 42 comes from. So yeah, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4 stops. That slides into place. 1, 2, 3, 4 stops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Neo. Pump up all the solar panels, roboports. I'm probably going to regret doing this, but I'm going to push it closer. How bad is it? Thank you, what a save. Yeah, you're not going to fit. I mean, it could stack them vertically. Let's push it out the side. It's not a very good use of space, though. Yeah. Do I want to stack them side by side? Vertically, that is. How much space does it need? It's workable. It's workable. Problem is, it means making the unloads navigate each other. I think like that's probably the way to go. Like that there. Just got to ask the question: how does it come in? In like that, or in like that, and then around. I love how I'm still getting the constant chat disconnects. It's real great. Real fantastic. I would grab the original unloader, but it's not really useful to me. I need a fresh batch of stuff. Actually need a cleanup spider, if anything, too. A pair of spiders. Yeah. They can deal with this mess. Okay. Ones are real. Now we're looking here. Lack of roboports, apparently. Then we just need a little bit more vision on the area. Cross that bridge when the time comes, though. Alrighty. I want that about there, and one about here. Yeah, bad train. Trying to sneak me away. I mean, to be fair, I should actually have the stuff on me now. Just put the toys away as well. We don't need those. We don't need to cause any accidents. Might use those. What else we need? Maybe some track. Kind of the wrong time for it, though. Similar story up there, but we haven't really reached that point yet. Of getting things up there, that is. I don't notice that the train is whisking me away again. There we go. Alright, back to here. Yep, Spider's doing his job. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 8. Before we do that. Was there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and then 5. I'm going to need this on the other side as well. I imagine this base is going to get rather laggy when it's running. No, they've all disappeared into there already. Very well. Oh, all the undergrounds are gone as well. Oh, just pass by here, scoop up more crap. Not that they have any particular need to. It's just the fact that it's there. Smart Menu is on actually changing the requests on this to actually request things. That. Not that it's really going to achieve much. There's just so much crap on the ground, though. I wonder how that would go with the stacking that's in 2.0. Stacking? The bulking. The bulking, the stacking. There's a rabbit hole. Is it stacking or is it bulking? The discussion never ended. Okay. While I yawn, it's making me bored. Ah, perfection. Right there. Right there. That's better. A little bit more aligned. Okay. And then it becomes a question of what unload will what job will each unload do? Like what item will be on each belt? So that you can actually disentangle it reasonably well. And I'm actually somewhat leaning towards the first two being the plastic and steel. Like steel, plastic, and then copper, copper. Copper. Because they've got a little bit more flexibility to weave in between. In fact, I'm doing this a little bit stupidly. This would be easier if I actually had undergrounds. But I could be weaving these into here. So we've got what? The plastic 2 on that side. Because this unload is going to be pretty straightforward. What are we doing for unloads? Yeah, just the alternating thing. It's fine. What I mean is that so I weave it so that, you know, this scooches over to there. Then the next one below, like that. Yep, it comes over that way. Number 2, and then number 3. We go 1 tile further. We go over 2 tiles further. Then all of them are set up correctly to go in without too much complication. Too much complication. You can go there. You... Oop. Go there. Oop. Ah, yeah, because the ghost's away there. There. Yep, spacing is consistent. Very important. Battery is low. Very annoying. Keep in mind, that is also with 2.5 megawatts of output. With cheated output, it's still not enough. Your own time. There you go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So just barely enough. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, just barely. That look right. How can I play Retro Factorio? Ah, with great difficulty. That's how. I confess, it is very difficult. As I had alluded to previously, Space Age does change. Playing Space Age is like playing version 15 versus version 12. Oh, there's a stray chest. Oh, can't be demolishing that now, can we? I mean, we can't be removing stuff from that, can we? You actually missed out, Will. I was doing some high explosive deconstruction. Oh, there's another one. Apparently missed. There's an argument to be had that I should actually be scooping up the inserter because I could actually use it. But, details and details. To play the old empty the inventory game. It's unfortunate that the nukes didn't destroy the stuff on the belts and just turned it into items on the ground. That's annoying. I mean, it's a vast improvement on having to scoop up everything, but it's still stuff that I don't want to have to deal with. Alright, so that's our unloads. Happy with that. Hello, train. I think the train's hungry. F10? Oh. I can't F10 it. Has the train bought me goodies yet? No. Go get why the trains in the FFFs are 111s? Yeah, there's a mixture of 111s and 121s and 141s, depending on which player makes them. And all of them are not me compatible. I mean, at the very least, I do 242s, but that was hand waved away in favor of 141. I mean, to be fair, the quality you can improve the quality of fuels with or quality. If I pull this up as a reminder. It's in here somewhere. As I say, it's in here somewhere. The you know, everything that's quality gets a bonus. That's just a test. They want to keep it simple. Or have 16, 64, 16. You know, you want a I mean, the only way to roll off-world is this with the same trains as what you would have everywhere else. Oh yeah, they just keep on going by as well. You know, they start going by and then they never stop going by. I just realised I only got one inserter out of that. It's at this point that I realised that that's a bit of a problem because I blew up a vast quantity of inserters just before. Which means I need to craft more. Which means I probably need red circuits or something similar along those lines. Yep, red circuits. It's always red circuits. I'll probably have to set up a little basic red circuit thing to keep this ticking over. Starter base, it's been very useful in this one. Yeah. 16, 64, 16, you know, you're going to be watching for a while as they go by. Can't believe they put elevated rails in the game just to save Extern from Will. As I pointed out before, it didn't really help him that much. Oh, I'm out of those belts now. Okay. Mahims! How you doing? Was that Ataria? Either way, hello. It's unfortunate you missed out on the fun earlier. Whee! I think it's there. It's probably there. It's probably fine. Probably. I mean, if I grabbed that, probably tell me that I'm wrong. Case in point. Alright, we're going to want some power. It's actually a better combination I stumbled onto here. Now I'm gonna focus on relying on a tighter combination. A lot of overlap, but it's just a little nicer. Okie day. At least give us a little bit of help setting this up. So out of curiosity, what's happening with the nuclear? Is it actually... Oh, you've run out of... What the... Oh, you're overstuffed on Chinese. That's a new problem to have. To bypass this to consume it if there's too much. You can't build that, can you? That nuclear's going to shut down again. But yeah, at least I've got the basic footprint of that going on. We can just copy paste it and then it'll be done. It'll be done forever. Yeah, we're going to need to do a quick diversion to deal with this. Where are we going? Oh, down over there. Why is this one so oh, yeah, because there used to be a track that ran up this way. This is the relief line. This is the bypass line, and that's the main line. I think most trains ended up running up here anyway, but it tries to be the relief line. You know, the not through road. I think I intended to use those split lane rails that I made. Like where there's two different networks in the one. Dead Soul, how you doing? Hello. Speaking of 121s. So yeah, this should pull any shiny rocks out of the uranium processing and feed them directly into the fuel production, which is how I think it was before. Just I hadn't reincorporated it. If I wanted to be a little more pedantic. Do a bit of that. There, that should do it. And now the belt is all nice and straight and proper. Now I need to screw that up before it becomes a problem. Chuck these in there. All I'm doing there is just to get them reinserted on the belt the easy way. If anyone's never seen that done before. Ah, there's another lot. Ah, they can stay there. So yeah, when a shiny comes through, it should go down here. And it will not be enriched. Should a shiny choose to come through, it will come down here. There we go. There's a shiny. Yeah, and it came down here. It's an interesting problem to have with nuclear late game is that you eventually run out of the crap uranium. Could benefit from more unloading too, I think. But that's going to be a future me problem. As long as it works for now, it's fine. I think I marked it as a future me problem a long time ago. Okay. Let's grab a few of them. I'll junk these for now. You can hang on to the nuclear. Yeah, just let it do its thing. Right, back to the topic at hand. While we're travelling, just as a recap for anyone who hasn't seen, this is my 8,000 science a minute megabase. We're currently just rebuilding it as a final send-off for 1.1. So hoping to have it done just before 2.0 is ready to go. In a month's time. And the reason for the rebuild is that when I did this originally, the trains weren't long enough, so there was a lot of train throughput problems. And so I'm rebuilding all of the builds for double the length of trains. And then, hopefully, it should work. Hopefully. And also just rearranging things around to make them a bit more convenient. So like circuits are over here and they used to be up here. Those sorts of things. I'm putting rocket stuff over here, which was down here. This used to be the science base area. We're moving science up there. It's all progressing along slowly but surely. Oh yeah, I was going to do batteries as well. I forgot about that. That can be tomorrow. Smelting is done though. We've got smelting done. And most of circuits are underway. Blue circuits doesn't have its train yet. But red circuits and these things... Ah, you've got your thingy. Because this was missing roboports. Slowly add and expand this as we go, and just let it tick away in the background. Like so. And the goal for today, for the rest of today, is to figure out and headache out the get rid of that. The rest of this unload for low densities. So need to figure out how to make this all squeeze into here, which we've sort of already done. Like we've got a general template of it. So what I want to do is hold down Shift and do that without grabbing the rails, like somehow. Ah, yes, I see. I see what's going on. Go. I mean, I may still pick up and move this yet, But we just want to sort of get the basic structure of it down. Right, so what I want to do is find the middle. So we're 8. So the middle is actually here. And we use blue chests. Standard indicator of things. That's at 7, so middle is actually there. This is fine. Almost. So 8 is there, so this is this middle. That's why I'm not too worried about this, because we'll need to pick it up. And put it back down. Probably there. I think, maybe. Not 100% sure. I mean, we will find out. Oh, it's off by 1. But that's fine. It's always going to be slightly off. So one of those is going to be plastic on the right. The other one's going to be steel, and then these 3 are going to be copper. And repeat. See how long I can push this thing up like so without running into problems. This is why I'm not sure what the height is. Not by 1. You'd hate to be off by 1. You'd hate to be 1 off. I have no idea what that noise was. Just heard something outside. I was like, what the hell is that? Man, remember the days when there wasn't cut and paste like this? Remember the days when I'd entangle these on purpose just to save a few tiles? I mean, in fairness, that's actually off by 1. Should be grouped together, which means you're off slightly. But I'm going to push it even closer again like that. Means you're off. Don't need to do that. Yeah. So the story goes. And keeps on going. I gave myself slightly not enough room. I mean, to be fair, I could have done this in the first place, and then I would have known the amount of space that I needed. Always just one more tile? It always is, isn't it? It always is. As I say, in a bygone time, I would have gone to the effort of dealing with that. But I don't really feel like this time. I mean, having said that, I don't really have the time to sort that out to the same extent that I would normally go to. It is good enough. Because what you could actually do is, because this one nearly lines up with that one, is that you could switch them. And it doesn't technically matter, because they're all the same, but the reality is a little bit more complicated, because they are switched, which means that it has to be switched at the other end. Ah, bots. Yeah, they came and then they go. They suck away the charge and then they go. I mean, it's not actually far off. I was only one tile off with the track. Annoying thing is I can't actually grab this and flip it. Like grab this and flip it because it's not symmetric. Again, if I go to the effort of making it symmetric, then it could work. That requires effort. Now, just as a little diversion again, I need to find a way to get roboports in there. I don't think I'm getting them in there somehow. Out of curiosity, I feel like that's actually... I feel like the Factorio soundtrack's been stuck on the same track this whole time. Even power is a squeeze? Shockingly, yes. Which is kind of amazing, all things considered. Just barely fits all the power requirements. Should we have enough space? The thought had crossed my mind, and I was sort of hoping that if I ignore it, then the problem would go away. One can only dream. I mean, reality is kind of a bit ruthless in that regard. And that it's not going to give me such luxuries. There we go, that links that together. The bots can do something useful as well. The JD method. You taught him well. As I say, I could also just entangle it, and there is actually room at the bottom, now that I look at it. Like, I could pull these back a little bit. I didn't notice that before, but it can be done. a little bit of concentration brain juicing. As you can tell by the silence, that's when the thinking starts. There, alright, you go there. I can just copy paste the rest, I think. So... Oh, you were actually overrun by quite a lot. Interesting. Oh yeah, I suppose, because this is mostly straight, whereas this is all bendy boo. If I move that centre belt line bend one tile sooner, Control X, Control V. Which one is it? I mean, I need 5 more, so saving 1's not going to give me 5. Shift delete. Reroll. Again, I could fire this one through here and it would actually technically save space, because then you don't have this horizontal here. But Control C, Control V also sounds good. I'm going to shift that way a little bit. What happens? Doesn't do a lot of anything really. Because it's going to be at either side. Otherwise a little off kilter. How excited for Space Age? I might vary. There is so much that Space Age brings that we haven't had before. There is so much new stuff to do. That's not the part that I wanted. This is the part that I wanted. Yeah, we've got new machines, new planets to explore, processes that we've never done before. We got all new mechanics, you know, like we got the quality mechanic, we got the agriculture. These are all very interesting new things to do that we haven't done before. Yes. Oh yeah, there. Yeah, this is very wasteful of space, you're right. Very correct. Yeah, there's room for a robot board in there. If this comes over there and then goes there. They're shooting off over there. It's off by 1. That's no good. Whether I care is another matter. That is true. I have questions. That's not right. I mean, you're saying that I think these are actually off anyway. Ah, there we go. Yeah, the unloads are actually off kilter. Did I miss something? I thought that was going to fit. Going to your thingy, it should fit. Or did I read something wrong? It's that one. Or am I pointing it in the wrong spot? No? The line below? Possibly. I'm looking at the wrong line. I thought it was the same row as the robot boards that I was looking at. Where did the robot boards go? There. No, that still won't fit. Oh no! Kiwi visualized the track wrong. Kiwi eyeballed something wrong. That's terrible. It's a travesty. There we go. Funny enough, I cut that, paste that there. Still looks correct. I mean, I could also actually move the unload and then it would give me space. I could actually save some more space. But this is probably going to be, you have an IRL animated emote, there's a koala head printed on it and flashing lights. Have you done much with it yet? That's the real question. So take note of the extreme absence of inserters. Yeah, if I come along here, I was just admiring it so far. So yeah, that's the... So we can... No, I can't. I can't slide over. Oh well, it is what it is. Stay as it is. Cool. Alright, so that's the unloader for the low density's done, then. Then we need to do the load, then we need to do... Why is there a train stop there? Oh, I know what that is. That's the old red circuit input train stop. Yeah, we need to do control units next. Thankfully, it's a lot easier. It's also a lot bigger. Yeah, it just needs to be deconstructed. Just like that. Yeah, it is time to end. It's actually past time to end. So, we made some good progress. We've got the next build up and running. This is slowly happening in the background. I'm going to let it continue to slowly happen in the background as well. Like I did with the rest of it today. Or earlier today. Yeah. I need to put in some red circuit production, I think, as well, to get the rest of it going. What is missing there? I can see stuff missing. Oh, assembly machines and inserters. Yeah, I'm going to start really start being starved of assembly machines and inserters. You know, all the things that need red circuits. So yeah, that'll be something to do for next time, as well as batteries. But yeah, for now, it's time to end, as I say.